Welcome to This Explainer. Okay, so today we're going to look at something that almost every single cat owner deals with, but honestly, very few of us actually understand. I'm talking about that kind of funny, slightly suspicious, and just entirely quirky reality of your cat literally following you into the bathroom. You know the exact drill, right? You head down the hall, minding your own business, and boom, suddenly there's a furry little shadow right on your heels. Now, most of us just kind of laugh it off or roll our eyes, but we're going to break down the actual research today. And trust me, there is way, way more going on here than you might think. So why does your cat follow you to the bathroom, of all places? It's a great question. Honestly, it feels completely random. But the truth, what seems like just a weird, clingy habit actually holds a deeply hidden, totally profound message about your cat's most primal instincts. See, they aren't just being nosy. They're actually communicating with you in a language that predates litter boxes and laser pointers by a long shot. And once you kind of learn how to read this language, you are never going to look at your little bathroom buddy the exact same way again. Now, what's really interesting about the slide is how it completely flips our usual perspective upside down. As humans, we look at this and think, wow, my cat is just being super random and clingy today. But the reality? Well, according to feline behavioral analysis, it's completely different. This isn't about them being dependent on you at all. It's actually deeply rooted in pure instinct and trust. We really need to reframe this from being a clingy little annoyance to one of the deepest displays of trust your cat can literally offer you. So let's peel back the layers on exactly why this happens. All right, let's dive right into layer one. Predictability equals safety. To really get your cat, you have to look at how they view your daily routine. Because to them, human movements around the house are normally just pure chaos. We're opening cabinets, dropping things, running around. But think about the physical routine of going to the bathroom. It's perfectly predictable. You take the exact same steps down the hallway, you go through the exact same door, and then there is the exact same pause. No sudden turns, no surprises. And to a cat's primal instinct, predictability is the ultimate luxury. A lack of surprises directly equals safety. They watch you do 100 completely unpredictable things every single day. But this routine, they know exactly how this one ends, and that brings them a ton of comfort. So the really crucial point here is what this routine actually creates. It creates what we call a trust window. Basically, this is a super rare moment in your chaotic human day where you are steady, safe, and just incredibly easy to approach. So when your cat slips in right behind you, they aren't being annoying. Actually, scratch that. They aren't being dependent either. They're just taking full advantage of the one single moment they know exactly what you're up to. This trust window is the absolute foundational layer of why they follow you. Which brings us to layer two, the tiny protector instinct. The literal moment you step inside that bathroom, your cat's ancient, quiet survival wiring switches right on. Now, you might look at your 10-pound fur ball and not exactly think, bodyguard, but from a biological standpoint, the bathroom places humans in one of our absolute most vulnerable positions in the whole house. Just think about it. You're sitting completely still, pants down, easily distracted, and all the ambient sounds of the house are totally cut off. You're effectively isolated from your surroundings, and your cat's instincts pick up on this vulnerability instantly. If we could literally translate what your cat is thinking in that exact moment, it would be something like this. My human can't fully defend themselves right now. That's the primal translation. And this is exactly why your cat will often place themselves right between you and the exit. Maybe they sit facing the hallway or just calmly stare at the walls. They aren't just chilling out. They are casually yet deliberately guarding that space for you. They're basically saying, without making a single sound, hey, I've got your back. Next up, we transition over to layer three, shared territory and bonding. I see the bathroom isn't just some functional room to a cat. To them, it's like a sensory playground that perfectly triggers their instinct to connect. Try looking at it from their point of view for a second. You've got these powerful lingering scents, wonderfully warm spots from the shower, cool tiles to lay on, and all these little echoes bouncing off the hard surfaces. When you walk in, your unique scent mixes with all these textures and smells, creating this safe, shared territory. So when your cat is weaving through your legs, aggressively rubbing on the door frame, or just plopping down on the bath mat like they own the place, they're actively claiming that shared space. They're sending a loud and clear message that this room is safe because it smells like the two of you together. Moving even deeper, we hit layer four, pure and divided attention. This layer totally debunks the myth that cats just don't care about getting attention. The honest truth is, the bathroom is one of the very few places where you are a captive audience. You aren't rushing around grabbing laundry or doing dishes. Because you're stationary, without even realizing it, you are giving your cat the pure, undivided attention they absolutely crave. Think about your natural reactions in that room. You look down and laugh at them. You might talk to them in that special soft voice you reserve just for them. Or you might just lift an eyebrow and be like, "You again?" These are incredibly powerful signals to a cat. No distractions, just your energy pointed right at them. They follow you because the bathroom is highly, highly rewarding for them emotionally. And finally, we arrive at layer 5, checking your internal weather. This one might just be the most touching layer of all. If you've ever felt like your cat knows exactly when you've had a terrible day, well, you aren't imagining things. The bathroom basically serves as the perfect, quiet little clinic for them to read your internal weather. On really tough, stressful days, the outside world is loud and chaotic, but the bathroom, it's a small space with virtually zero background noise. It acts as a clear channel. Your cat uses this contained, quiet environment to clearly and accurately read your emotional state, completely free from the interference of the outside world. Science actually shows that cats pick up on micro shifts way faster than we think. Their emotional radar is actively scanning the tension in your shoulders, slight changes in your breathing, and even the most subtle shifts in your tone of voice. So when they follow you into the bathroom and just sit there quietly staring at you, it isn't weirdness, not at all. It's them making absolutely sure that you are okay. They're checking your internal weather to see if their favorite human needs some comfort. We have covered a lot of ground today, so let's bring all of this together with the ultimate layer, putting it together. And this brilliantly illustrates the complete journey of this behavior. It's like a giant puzzle coming together. First, your predictable bathroom routine creates a feeling of trust. Then that trust activates their primal instinct to protect you. Next, that protection turns the room into a shared territory. And finally, all of that shared space and time leads straight to a deep, unbreakable emotional bond. It just goes to show how the most ordinary, mundane routine of your day actually blossoms into the ultimate display of a cat feeling safe enough to watch over you. So I really want to remind you of this paradigm shift one last time. It is not weird. It's a deep, deep emotional signal. The next time you're heading down the hall and you hear those little paws trailing right behind you, remember that this funny little ritual is actually thousands of years of survival instinct and profound trust. It's all wrapped up in what you probably just thought was a daily annoyance. I want to leave you with a little something to reflect on today. What does your own cat do when you actually close the bathroom door? Do they wait patiently on the other side? Do they scratch frantically at the wood? Or do they just cry dramatically until you finally give in and let them inside? Take a moment to observe your furry little guardian with fresh eyes this week. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep observing, keep learning, and I will see you next time.